All right, DDSN Nation, we're back for the MLB Diamond Betting Show, episode 14. It's 3:14 p.m. on Tuesday. We have a massive slate of games today. Can't waste any time, but let's go over yesterday. We did have a small losing day thanks to the totals. The totals where I thought we had a really good read on the games, but an error here, an error there, and before you know it, we lost two totals like that due to errors. And then guess what? Astros Mariners game, Josh Naylor, hasn't had a hit all season, batting 108. Only a extra base hit he's had is a one double. Hits 2 home runs yesterday, 5 total RBI, screws our under, 2 of our unders. So that's baseball. That's betting baseball. If you don't have the stomach for it, don't do it. I advise you. So shake that off. Our sides are great, but we keep attacking these totals, and we have a few totals today. So we're gonna test some things out. I know we do have a little bit of weather in a few games, and I did get a comment on TikTok the other day that the totals are it's cooked into the pricing. The weather's cooked into the pricing. I know that. I've discussed that. We've talked about that. But they're new, and I want to thank all the new TikTok followers, subscribers on YouTube, TikTok. Appreciate it. Let's get a winning day. Let's get a green day. We love the way our sides are looking this year. We're in the green. Our totals took a hit yesterday after we dropped like 3 or 4 of them, but we move. On to today's games. Let's get into the first one. Arizona Diamondbacks plus 146. Merrill Kelly on the mound, making his first start of the season against the Baltimore Orioles minus 161. Trevor Rogers on the mound. A lot of respect in the market for Rogers. He's pitched great with the Orioles so far. I believe he had a kind of a rough outing against the White Sox of all teams, but like this Orioles team, he has bounced back. And he's having a great season, and the Orioles are starting to figure things out on offense. I believe they just brought back up Holiday from his rehab stint after having Fortnite fingers, whatever. I don't really like anything in this game. Kind of like last night, I said I kind of like the Diamondbacks come out to a huge lead, and then they blew a 6-7 run lead, and the Orioles end up winning. The price is a little bit too steep for me to go with the Orioles, and Merrill Kelly is making his first start, so I would like to see what's kind of going on with him first. And so I considered the under in this game, but apparently the wind is really blowing out. And I don't base a lot of my plays based off of that, like automatic over just because the wind's blowing out and, expected runs is up. I don't really base any of my plays like that. And so I did lean towards the unders, but, these are two teams that a little harder to get a read on. And they're playing so well offensively. I don't think I'm ready to jump in front of a total like that or an under. We'll go ahead and pass and see how Merrill Kelly does and Trevor Rogers against his D-backs offense. Next game, the Chicago Cubs plus 121. Riley Martin on the mound. I believe he's an opener, and they're taking on the Philadelphia Phillies minus 133 with Aaron Nola on the mound. Nola isn't perfect and hasn't been perfect against the Cubs, but I think that this is a good price for Aaron Nola. He had a huge bounce back in his last start, so he's minus 133. I'm going to take that with the Phillies. A lot of offense last night, so that does scare me. This Philadelphia offense randomly goes cold at times, but hopefully they can get the job done here against the opener and what seems to be the Chicago Cubs bullpen. I like the Phillies minus 133. Let's hope they haven't used up all their runs. Washington Nationals plus 160 with PJ Poulin on the mound against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Minus 177 with Mitch Keller on the mound. Poulin's going to be the opener. He's supposed to start maybe 2-3 innings. I would say probably 2. He has done pretty decent this season, and he's going to open up for Miles Michaelis. And I could really see there being some runs in this game. Over 9.5 is the number, and this Washington Nationals team actually plays well against Mitch Keller. So I think we do get runs from both sides here. Miles Michaelis isn't perfect, but I think at this price, I don't really, I do respect this Pirates offense, but Mitch Keller, not with the numbers that this Nationals offense has against him. So I do like the Nationals to pull the upset here, plus 160 underdog. And I also like this total to go over 9.5 runs, and that's at minus 133. Next game, the San Francisco Giants plus 100, even money. Robbie Ray on the mound against the Cincinnati Reds, minus 110 with Brady Singer on the mound. Last time we saw Brady Singer, we bet on him, which was a nightmare. He got destroyed, absolutely embarrassed against the Miami Marlins. But the start before that, he was incredible against the Rangers, and we had him. And he pitched, I believe, either a shutout or a one-run gem. Basically, great game. But after what I saw from Brady Singer, I'm not ready to back him. I think this Giants offense can get to Brady Singer. They have pretty decent numbers against him. Go ahead and give me the short underdog. Maybe even, no, I don't think they're going to be a favorite in this game. But I like the San Francisco Vitellos here, plus 100 even money. I think the Giants can tag Brady Singer. He's got to prove something to us after that last start that we watched. Next game, the Kansas City Royals plus 106. Cole Reagan's on the mound against the Detroit Tigers, minus 117. Framber Valdez on the mound. I think we get a pitch. I don't know if I want to call it a pitching duel, but I think we get a low scoring matchup here. Neither of these offenses are red hot, and both of the pitchers, they do fairly well. And the problem with the Royals is not only is their offense struggling, they're really struggling against left-handed pitching. Insert Framber Valdez. So I do like the Detroit Tigers here, minus 117. And I also like this game to stay under. First 5 under 4, minus 115. And under 8, minus 115. I think we can get a 2-1, 3-1 type of ball game here. I'm hoping for a pitcher's duel, and the Tigers are able to get to Cole Reagan's, which they've done in the past. Next game, Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels, plus 150. Reed Detmer's on the mound against the New York Yankees, minus 166. Ryan Weathers on the mound. We had the Angels last night in a money line spot, about plus 160 underdog. It went back and forth almost the whole game. Mike Trout, 2 3-run home runs. Absolutely perfect for our Angels bet. But once we got to the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th, Jordan Romero comes in to try to close out the game, but he hasn't pitched in about a week. The rust was very apparent, and it showed. Yankees were able to tag him up, come from behind, win it, walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. I really don't like anything here. I'm starting to hate, I already do hate the Yankees and their stadium, but this Little League stadium is such a joke. I want nothing to do with it. I thought about the total going over here, but honestly, I don't like either one of these pitchers on both sides. So I'm just staying away from this one. All right, Miami Marlins plus 143 with Max Meyer on the mound against the Atlanta Braves, minus 158 with the heavyweight champion Reynaldo Lopez on the mound. We had the Braves last night, and they couldn't come through. The pitching struggled against the Marlins, which is something that I was afraid of after they dominated the Guardians and the Indians Sunday night on Sunday Night Baseball. But I think they bounced back today. I think they're able to get to Max Meyer and get some runs across and cover this run line. I like the Braves run line plus 128. I think they get a bounce back. Reynaldo Lopez coming back from that Angels fist fight. And I think the Braves get to Max Meyer. Tampa Bay Rays minus 128. Shane McClanahan on the mound against the Chicago White Sox. Plus 116. And Noah Schultz making his MLB debut. We'll have to see how Schultz does, but McClanahan's been on fire. This Rays offense they've been, I wouldn't say on fire, but they've been, they're heating up. They're heating up. This Rays offense is heating up. And the White Sox, they're kind of ice cold right now, especially offensively. This is a perfect recipe for a red-hot pitcher like Shane McClanahan. I'll take the short number here with Tampa Bay. Back a strong pitcher and see what happens. Hopefully we can get some runs across against a rookie. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays at minus 128. Boston Red Sox minus 126. Sonny Gray on the mound against the Minnesota Twins, plus 114. Micah Bell on the mound. We were all over this game yesterday. Twins destroyed the Red Sox, jumped all over the Red Sox ace, Garrett Crochet. This Twins offense is the real deal. They're doing it, especially at home. And the no-name Minnesota Twins are tied for first in the Central Division. So, can Sonny Gray have another good start? He had a terrible start. I think he was against the Reds. 2 good starts back-to-back. And then now, can he do it a third time in a row against a red-hot Minnesota Twins team at Target Field? I don't think so. I like the Minnesota Twins plus 114 here. We've got to ride this Minneapolis team and see what happens. But right now, I'd rather have the Twins offense than the Boston Red Sox. Their bullpen, their pitching staff, their offense. I don't want anything to do with the Red Sox right now. We're not going to fade this Minnesota Twins team just because Sonny Gray's on the mound. Absolutely not. We're going to be doing the opposite. So give me the Twins plus 114. And I also see both pitchers getting tagged up here. So I like this one to go over the total, and that's the total of 8 minus 120. Next game, the Toronto Blue Jays plus 111. Kevin Gausman on the mound against the Milwaukee Brewers, minus 122. Jacob Mizorowski on the mound. The Brewers, what's going on with the Brewers? Christian Yelich just got hurt. Excuse me. He got hurt yesterday. He's on the injured list, and now they're on a losing streak trying to snap it against the ice-cold Blue Jays. Although they do have Kevin Gausman on the mound, I'm just not ready to fade Jacob Mizorowski, especially at home. I think the Brewers find a way, and at a short price like this, minus 122 in a coin flip game, who would you rather have? You know, I'd rather have, both teams are ice cold. Brewers are at home, no Yelich, but I'd rather have the Brewers in this situation. Give me Milwaukee minus 122. I also flirted with the unders in this game, but at 3.5 and a total of 7, I just had to pass on it. Next game, Cleveland Indians, Guardians minus 117. Joey Cantillo on the mound against the St. Louis Cardinals plus 106. Max McGreevy on the mound. We had the under in this game yesterday. First 5 as well as the game under. It looked like we were going to get the under here on the first 5. And then Matthew Liberatore throws an error. He tries to throw the ball to third base to try to, get a runner out. He had no chance. There's no way he was going to get him out. But instead, he throws the ball completely in the stands. Error. We lose our total. Indians end up soaring and dominating from there. I don't agree with this pricing. I think we're getting another cheap shot on the Guardians here. I like the Indians minus 117. Cantillo's been a beast so far to start the season. McGreevy hasn't been bad, but I do like this Guardians team. Again, I am afraid because of how many runs they put up yesterday, especially on an offense that's not so much been struggling, but low scoring would probably be the better way to put it. I guess it'd be a little nice liberal way to say it. But I do like this Guardians team. We'll see if they can do it another game in a row at St. Louis. Next game, Colorado Rockies plus 161. Michael Lorenzen on the mound against the Houston Astros. I forgot to write down the pitcher. He's making his second career start. Last start he had was against the Rockies. I like this game to go over the total. Astros I don't think they have any pitching left that's alive right now. Rockies, they just got swept by the Padres. I thought that they played well. They probably should have won game 1, game 2. So, just bullpen issues for the Rockies. But I think we get some runs in this game, including from the Houston Astros helping out here. Do you fade I actually think you I should have wrote this down earlier and I totally forgot. But I also am going to take the Rockies because I don't trust this Houston pitcher and this bullpen. They just came off of a long road trip. Now they're back home. Give me the Rockies. This is a huge number, huge price here. I like the Rockies to win this game, plus 161 on the money line. I also like this game to go over the total, over 8.5, minus 123. Next game, Texas Rangers minus 126. Mackenzie Gore on the mound against the Sacramento Las Vegas Athletics, plus 114. Jeffrey Springs on the mound. Texas jumped all over Luis Severino last night, but I think the opposite's going to happen here. I like this Athletics team, and they shape up and match up well against the red-hot Mackenzie Gore. So we're getting a pretty decent price with another great pitcher, Jeffrey Springs, and now give us probably the better offense against a favorable matchup. Give me the Athletics plus 114. Seattle Mariners minus 117. Brian Wu on the mound against the San Diego Padres. Padres plus 106 with Michael King on the mound. I really think we get a pitcher's duel here. Padres offense is red hot. Mariners offense woke up a little bit after sweeping Houston, but again, it was against Houston and their minor league pitching staff. So let's not get too excited about this Mariners offense just yet. I think we get a pitcher's duel here. Give me the first 5 under 4, minus 125. and the game under 7 plus 100. That means there's probably a 7.5, maybe even an 8 out there, probably 7.5. So you can look around for that. Last but not least, the New York Metropolitans plus 171. Noah McLean on the mound against the LA Dodgers minus 190 with Yamamoto-san on the mound. Again, I think we get another California pitchers duel. Noah McLean, the only starting pitcher, that's playing well right now for the Mets. It's the bullpen that messes up his starts. We'll see what happens in this game. But again, I think we get a pitcher's duel. This New York Mets offense is anemic right now. Yes, the Dodgers are red hot, and the Dodgers offense can get to Noah McLean, but I'm betting on McLean to have a great game facing the Dodgers for the first time, just enough to get us to this under. I like it. First 5 under 4 minus 125, and game under 7.5 minus 115. I think we could get pitchers duels in both of these California matches. Late games. All right, let me go ahead and run through it and we'll be done. All right, so we've got the Phillies money line minus 133. We've got the National Pirates total over 9.5 minus 113. We also have the Nationals on the money line plus 160. We've got the Giants on the money line plus 100. Royals Tigers under 8 minus 115, as well as first 5 under 4 minus 115, and the Tigers on the money line minus 117. We've got the Braves on the run line plus 128. We've got the Rays on the money line minus 128. We've got the Red Sox Twins over 8 minus 120, as well as the Minnesota Twins plus 114. We've got the Brewers minus 122. The Guardians minus 117. We've got the Rockies Astros over 8.5 minus 123 with the Rockies money line plus 161. We've got the Athletics on the money line plus 114. Mariners Padres first 5 under 4 minus 125. Game under 7 plus 100 even money. The New York Mets, LA Dodgers, first 5 under 4 minus 125. And game under 7.5 minus 115. That's everything for us. We do have a lot of totals. Buyer beware. But like I said, it's been the smallest margins where we've been losing our totals. So I'm going to keep attacking them and see how things play out right now. Our sides have been great. We're in the plus money. But I'm trying to turn around our totals here. All right, thanks to everyone thanks for everyone who is watching, everyone that's new, that has been liking, subscribing, following along on TikTok and on YouTube. We appreciate it. Green is good. Let's have a winning day. Massive card, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.